of hope and his troop will be back with more Christmas cheer from Saudi Arabia.
Hi, I'm Joe Mantegna.
Oh, yeah, and Vanilla Ice.
Join us on Saturday Night Live because I can't imagine any other place where you can see the two of us together.
Yep.
It's the day after Tuesday. The day before Thursday. Night Court moves back to Wednesday. NBC 9 o'clock, 8 Central.
With the WAVY News 10 updates, here's Les Smith.
Good evening. Coming up on WAVY News 10 tonight, Congress backs the president. A long and sometimes emotional debate ended today, with lawmakers giving the president the authority to use force in the Persian Gulf. We'll hear some of that debate. We'll also see how some in Hampton Roads today march for peace as the deadline for Iraq to leave Kuwait draws near. Join us on WAVY News 10, Virginia's leading news channel.
Back when I was a boy, Mom made a country fried steak that was so good we couldn't wait to sit down to supper. I always thought we should have one just like it at Wendy's.
Introducing Wendy's 99-cent country fried steak. 100% beef, lightly breaded and cooked golden brown. It's new on the 99-cent super value menu.
You can take the boy out of the country, but he still has to eat.
Try the new 99-cent country fried steak only on Wendy's super value menu.
There's a new kid in your child's classroom. The teachers and children love him because he makes learning about science fun and easy. He's already in 1,000 classrooms, but he's been so successful in helping kids learn that in February, he'll be in 1,000 more. Best of all, he doesn't cost the schools any money. McDonald's and WAVY TV 10 cover all his costs. Who is he? And what's his secret? Don Slater and Weather School. Watch for it, weekdays at 5 on WAVY News 10's First News.
When's recess?
Have you had enough rain? Not yet. Forecast at 11.
Alante excels where others cannot. From Cadillac, winner of the U.S. government's 1990 Malcolm Baldrige National Quality Awards.
An all-new Seinfeld is back. One part stand-up comedy, one part sitcom.
Look at that guy. Anytime you see a guy that age wearing a baseball cap, 10 to 1 plugs.
The thing about that painting is with the colors and, oh yeah, plug-o.
The critics call it a winner. Seinfeld on NBC Wednesday.
Doesn't want to do anything.
Time's running out for justice in the heat of the night. Then,
Police officer shot!
a partner's deadly betrayal.
I'd shoot him in the face.
Turns cop against cop on Law and Order after In the Heat of the Night on NBC Tuesday.
With the WAVY News 10 updates, here's Carolyn Anderson.
Good evening. President Bush now has congressional authority to wage war in the Persian Gulf. Tonight at 11, we'll tell you what Hampton Roads has to say about today's votes in the House and Senate. Also tonight, we'll talk to some local church members who are fighting the Persian Gulf conflict through prayer. And Pete Mishu will have all the Redskins highlights tonight on WAVY News 10, Virginia's leading news channel.
At Merchants Tire and Auto Centers, we're concerned about the rising cost of keeping quality tires on your car. So that's why we guarantee to have the lowest prices on our entire stock of Michelin tires. Right now, our Michelins are priced starting as low as $36.34. Michelin, because so much is riding on your tires. And Merchants guarantees to begin mounting your Michelin tires in 29 minutes or less. This is not just a lot of hot air, folks.
Merchants Tire and Auto Centers, for service that you trust, guaranteed.
Hi. Well, I've been expecting your call. Now you can get in touch with America's hottest and most eligible singles. Call Phone Friends right now and get connected.
Call Phone Friends at 1-900-500-2400. Calls only cost $5 for adults over 18.
Let's become phone friends tonight. Come on, you'll never know unless you call. Phone Friends gets you connected.
For asthma sufferers, a wood-burning stove could mean danger. This is Lauren Yee. We'll give you a lesson on asthma relief on HealthCast, Monday at 5 on WAVY News 10 First News.
Redskins 49ers and all the NFL playoff story tonight at 11.
Thermos 1488.
You might lose your amateur status, John.
Hey, no way.
From Weather Center 10, here's Ed Tillett with Weather Extra.
Well, all that nasty weather we've been having all week is well offshore now, raining on the Dolphins and the Marlins. We are fairly clear right now. Still a few chance of showers tonight, though, so we may get wet, and a chance of rain later in the week. I'll also tell you why it was so warm in Isle of Wight County tonight in a few minutes.
Are you ready for war? No American should miss an important NBC News special on the costs of war in dollars and human lives tomorrow, right after football.
Thanks for the memory. And what great memories we had of this trip. It all went by so fast. Our band of Middle East minstrels left California with a rousing send-off from Norton Air Force Base.
Dark Shadows is coming to NBC.
Coming up next on WAVY News 10 tonight, Congress gives President Bush the ammunition he needs to attack Iraq.
How are local servicemen dealing with the threat of war? Monique Braxton will have reaction to today's congressional vote.
And area religious communities pray for peace in the Middle East.
I'm Pete Mishu. The Redskins and the Old Dominion Monarchs have something in common. I'll explain coming up in sports.
Those stories plus the Sunday forecast ahead on WAVY News 10 tonight.
From ABC News. This Week with David Brinkley. Now from our Washington headquarters, here's David Brinkley.
The hours pass and the threat of war comes closer. And at this hour, there is nothing in sight to stop it. Our country is deeply divided. So is Congress. It voted yesterday in the Senate to authorize the use of force to drive Iraq out of Kuwait. But the vote was far from overwhelming. 52 in favor of using force, 47 against it. And the Senate vote was highly partisan. Nearly all Republicans voting yes, most Democrats voting no. It was somewhat the same in the House vote. What is going to happen, and what does all this mean? We'll ask today's guests. The U.S. Secretary of Defense, Dick Cheney, Turgut Özal, President of Turkey, the Senate Majority Leader, George Mitchell, Democrat, Maine, the Chairman of the House Armed Services Committee, Les Aspin, Democrat, Wisconsin, ABC News reports from Baghdad, Israel, and from the White House and the U.S. Congress, our background report from Barry Serafin, and our discussion here with George Will, Sam Donaldson, and Cokie Roberts, here on our Sunday program. First, the news up to this minute. We're going to switch around to about half the world for reports from our own ABC people on scene, beginning with Gary Shepard in Baghdad. Gary?
Good morning, David.
Tell us
main
what's
event
happening
here in Baghdad, the meeting this morning between President Saddam Hussein and United Nations Secretary General Perez de Cuellar.